job. I need you to focus on what you're doing.
Let's fight.
switching off. You've done all your work all the way through camp. Get this boxing back together. Get your mind back on the job.
Let's do it. Now stick off on the edge.
Switch stance, that's it. What we doing this?
Singles aren't working. Start doubling up the jab. Time out!
Come on, you're better than that. Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about it.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's reset. Switch stance. Okay, it's not working out. Not working out. Switch southpaw. Stance, that's it. What we do in the gym?
That's time!
Okay, you let him back into the fight that round. That's his round. Now listen, kid, I need you to...
Box.
Okay, it's not working out. Not working out. Switch southpaw. you doing? Let's get out there, get your...
And box.
Good shot! Good shot!
Keep him guessing. Jab up, jab down. Time!
What are you doing? You've switched off completely. You've been coasting this fight, and now you're gonna let him get back in. Now it's a tougher fight, and he's gonna be confident.
Let's do it.
You throw a jab, slip, left hook.
And
Okay,
time!
focus, focus. Big deep breaths, big deep breaths.
Box.
And here we are at Cambrian Hall as the giant chandelier provides light for what should be a fantastic showdown. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you?
And it's the king, Amir King Khan, one of the finest fighters Britain's ever produced. Olympic silver medalist in 2000. Terrence Bud.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the...
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
This is the night.
And that's the opening bell, round 1. That left hook just missed. This fight has a real good flow to it. It's Khan versus Crawford Part 2. Of course, Crawford with that TKO win in 2019 in New York City.
Amir Khan is and was one of the fastest fighters I'd ever seen. And then for the first time in his whole career, he got in a ring with somebody that was faster than him, sharper than him, threw clusters much better than him. So then he thought, what is going on here? It's a new world. How does he deal with this? Then now he's got to depend on his skills. But he didn't realize that until the fight. So this is why we're doing this all over again. Amir Khan now has to depend on his skills rather than his speed, because he knows Crawford has the speed to put him out.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Well done with that counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice punch. Missing with that jab. Those counter punches have to hurt. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because
Get out there and win this round, kid.
On to the second round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
That jab doesn't find a home. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
This is not how the story was supposed to go for Amir Khan. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They both want the knockout. You'd like to see more jabs. That counter punch caught him clean. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. They've got the momentum.
Switch on. I need you to focus.
There there's the bell for round 3. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. Punch, counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nope, that hook won't score. Misses with the jab. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A very competitive round. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Pretty dominant round.
You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching.
On to the 4th we go. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The courage on display here is incredible. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A perfect counter shot. This round's still up for grabs. Nothing else he could do there but take a knee to stop the beating.
That must have really dented the ego. You don't want your opponent to see you do that.
Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Well, it's
Switch
no
on.
secret who has the
Switch
advantage.
on. I need you to focus on what you...
There's the bell to start round 5. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That left hook misses. He threw a punch and just got countered. When you watch lightweights, you expect high-level that's what we're getting here this afternoon. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's just like a match made in heaven.
One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. That counter shot lands. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about
Focus, big, deep.
And there's the bell for round 6. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Both men step back for just a moment. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Terrence Bud.
This bout is...
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally they're about to go at it in the ring.
You see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Swing and a miss with that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That was almost
breaths.
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won it hands down.
Counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
There's a counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
Every section back together.
On to the third. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Nice slip to avoid the jab. A swing and a miss with that jab. competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Those punches add up. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. He can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
I need you to switch back on. Get focused.
Back at it in round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Beautiful counter punch. And he misses with that jab. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than healthy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match?
That's a terrible round.
There's the bell to start round 5. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Both men step back for just a moment. They exchange punches. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
This is a high-octane battle. Crawford's legs are all over the place. Does disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecard. He's going to need...
Get back into it. Now it's a tough...
This is the beginning of round 6. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter punch caught him clean. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely sharp. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That counter shot lands. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Catch and shoot. Got his gloves up to block the left jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Here comes round 7. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Perfect counter lands. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Which one of these athletes is going to say it?
To see that again.
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
I love the response though. Got back up. Took a deep breath. Right. Brush it off. Get on with the job.
Good round. I like that. I'm happy. You were smart. You weren't. You're switching off. I need you to switch back on. Get focused. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away.
And we enter the 8th round. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Nice counter. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you're not thinking. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Good counter punching. They're not going to let this one go to the... Hold that thought! Terrence Crawford just got rocked. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Now that is a massive knock. Look.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
So the judges can't make up their mind. No one wins, no one loses. This fight ends in a draw.
What a fight. What a battle. I'm exhausted.